The best Forma farm is back. Plaguestar is online, you can play it right now, and this is an event that's happening on Cetus where you can farm a lot of Forma, including new Omni Forma. So in this tutorial, I'll tell you how to do it efficiently, I'll tell you 4 styles of gameplay you can go for, I will show you builds, and a few tricks you might not know about. So guys, I'm Tosi-chan, so let's farm some Formas together. First, how to start the mission. You have to go to console. You have 3 tiers of the Plaguestar, and the first tier is the easiest and doesn't have any requirements. Then for tier 2, you need 2 items, Eidolon Phylaxis and Infested Catalyst. Eidolon Phylaxis you can buy from Necramech for 2000 standing, and Infested Catalyst you can get from Biolab Research from your dojo. If you don't have a dojo, then message me on Discord, I can invite you to my clan. Then if you want to play tier 3, the Steel Path, you need to be eligible to play the Steel Path version, and you'll need Eidolon Phylaxis and Infested Catalyst. Okay, before we begin, if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. Thank you! So, about the mission. The mission is divided into 4 stages. First stage, we have to get the Toxin. So, first trick you can do is to leave your Necramech by the door. You might notice people do that if you played a little bit of this mission now. What it does is it forces the door to be open because there's like an entity. Only negative thing is that if you summon your Necramech back, then the door will close. We do that to save a little bit of time at the end. Then we have something called a Nightwave skip. When you start the mission, they talk a lot instead of show you the location. You can open the Nightwave to skip it, and that can save a little bit of time. Then you have to get to the cave and steal the Toxin. A good thing you can do is when you get to the cave to put a waypoint, so you know how to come back. If you see an elevator, just skip it. Don't use an elevator, it's a waste of time. I prefer to use operator to move around, because it's pretty fast, especially if I don't have a Warframe that is fast. And then you can also use the operator to steal the Toxin. And you do a little bit of animation, so at least you'll be safe. And then we go back. Okay, so the first stage is complete. On the second stage, we have to get the Toxin to a card, and then the defense will start. Other than getting out of the cave and putting the Toxin in, it's basically 3 minutes where you have to wait and defend your objective. You can put your summons like crew and defend the objective. Then we have stage 3. Here what's important is to spot the drone on a map first. So when the drone appears, you see the exact location of it, and then when you're closer, you see the area. Spot the location of the map before coming close. You can go to the drone immediately and don't lose any time trying to find it. Then we have to escort the drone to this big blob. Drone is an ally, so we can buff it. So we can use Volt to buff it, you can use Nova teleports. Everything that can support an ally will also work for the drone. So try to speed it up. When you escort the drone, the stage 4 starts. You have to kill Infestation around you. Every 25% of killed Infestation and the Hemocyte appears. That's a big boss, second stage Lephantis, and you have to kill it. So this is a Lephantis boss, so basically you have to wait for the heads to open. There are 3 types of heads. The Corpus and Infestation head, as I like to call them, are pretty straightforward. They just have to open and then you can deal damage to them. And the head with this big weapon, you have to wait for the bottom part to open. There's like a little head there and you have to hit that, and that's basically it. Problem is that the Hemocyte has damage attenuation, so a few tricks. First of all, how we can strip the armor. You can use a weapon called Vastilok. Vastilok with Shattering Impact can take out the armor from the Hemocyte. And I would suggest you to just take this melee weapon all the time. Your build doesn't have to be perfect, you just need Shattering Impact. Here I have my build, it should work pretty good. Then how about damage attenuation? And suddenly it caps the amount of damage you can hit. So what does it mean? We need a weapon that can shoot a lot, but also deal a lot of damage. So look for the weapon that has good DPS. Here a proposition could be Piranha Prime, Barson Prime Incarnon. I personally use Stalta, and I had pretty good results with it. I also used my Kuva Karak, can have pretty good Riven there. Look for the weapon that can hit a lot of damage in a short time with multiple bullets. So a weapon like Exergis, Kuvazar, not a good idea. Then, the moment you see the bounty reward, you can get into your Archwing and run to the door. And since we have a mech that we left at the start, we can get right through and finish the mission. So, about the timing. It takes, for me, usually, with randoms, around 12 minutes to finish the mission. If I have the really good team, we got almost under 10 minutes. It really depends on your team. If you have people to speed up, if you have someone with a good weapon. Basically, playing it solo, you'll be slower. Okay, so now let's talk about recommended frames. There's a tons of frames you can use, so I'll give you some propositions. But remember that if you like some frame, it can work too. Tell me in the comments what Warframe is your favorite. Okay, we'll focus on 4 core roles. First core role is crowd control. And here we'll use Nova. Nova can teleport herself and the drone, so a little bit of mobility. Teleporting the drone is really cool, because the drone can go even faster. Nova has also really good survivability. But most important is the 4th ability. Here you can speed up or slow down enemies, and we'll be using that a lot. On the 2nd stage you can slow down enemies, so they don't bother you too much when you defend the target. Then on a 4th stage you can speed up Infestation, so it will be coming faster to you and you can kill them faster. You can also speed up the Hemocyte. It speeds up the animation, so it will be opening the heads faster. If you hit the timing correct, you can slow it down when the heads are open, and then have longer time to actually hit the head. The problem is you have multiple Nova and they try to do that, or you miss the timing, you can actually sabotage your team. So if you don't know how to do that, just speed up all the time. Okay, and this is my build proposition for Nova. You have tons of options here. You can also use the augment mod for the teleport. It also works. But here I focus on survivability and buffing the 4th ability. Then we have the support. I chose Wisp because it's pretty straightforward frame, easy to use. So your role in a team is to give additional health and speed your teammates. So you have to put your mode, speed up the drone, speed up your team. I also put silence instead of 4th ability, so I can put down all the Eximus. I like Wisp with that. And that's basically your role. You just support your team and speed up the drone a little bit. Drone also gets additional health, so that's pretty nice. And here's my build proposition for Wisp. If you don't like the silence, you can use the 4th ability on the last stage with augment called Talisman Gate, and then you can deal a lot of area of damage to the enemies. Then we have DPS, Mirage. So first of all, Mirage is a great weapon platform. So if you want to be the one that does the most damage to the Hemocyte, I would use her. First of all, we have Hall of Mirrors, the 1st ability, where we just deal more damage. And we have Eclipse. If we hold it, we temporarily increase Mirage weapon damage. With Total Eclipse, we also give the buff to our allies. I'm also using here Explosive Ledger Main, and this is augment mod for 2nd ability. What it does is we basically make mines all around, and on the 4th stage is great, because we kill Infestation really fast. So if you want to deal a lot of damage, Mirage is perfect for that. Both for area of damage and as a weapon platform, and giving some additional damage to your teammates. And then we have one and only Bolt. Bolt I also feel is the best frame you can use to play solo. Volt has really good ability to speed up your team and the drone. 2nd ability Speed makes the drone really fast. Then we also have Discharge, so we can deal a lot of area of damage. I also have an augment mod called Capacitance to regenerate a little bit of shield for you and your teammates. And Volt is just a really good Warframe. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I also stream on Twitch, so you can track me out here, and maybe we can play Star together. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and bye bye!